Welcome back to Track Your Cash for Excel. This time we look at importing a bank statement in detail. Firstly, recall what this cash tracker can be used for. Track Your Cash keeps track of your bank accounts, investments and debts. It is free and any part of it can be modified to suit. It can track sources of income and expenditure, your net worth, performance of funds. It can prepare tax statements. It can show graphical histories, and the control of category and account names is automated. This is the home sheet, which shows how much has been spent on what. We see we received $442 in earnings during this period, all of which came into this bank account. Importing bank statements is the biggest saver of time and effort. To import a bank statement, download the bank statement from the web, go to the account sheet, double-click under the bottom entry, and in come the new transactions. Let's import some bank statements of different types. We need to tell TrackYourCash what type to expect for each account. Do this in the sheet named Import Set. At the top there is a list of sheets in the workbook. 3 of the bank account sheets are shown here. Enter the name of the file downloaded from the bank in this column. There are 3 possibilities for entering the name of the bank file. 1. The name of the bank file is the same on every download. In this case we can enter the whole file name including the extension. 2. Only the start of the file name is the same on every download. So enter the start of the file name only. The start of the name is often the account number followed by a date and time. 3. The bank file name is unpredictable from day to day. In this case, leave this entry blank. Now we need to say how the bank have organized their file. For this account, we specify this in a table called Import A, chosen from the drop-down menu. This file is a QIF file, so choose QIF from this drop-down menu. The only other thing we need to specify is the date format. To see if our entries are correct, double-click on the file name to show the file contents. We can see the date format is correct. If not, choose the right format from the drop-down menu. Now go to this account to import the bank statement. Double-click on the account name to go to the account. Double-click under the bottom entry and in come the new transactions. Go back to the Import Set sheet. Suppose the bank file for this account is a CSV file, which is the most common type of download. Also change this entry to CSV. The entries below describe which column of the file contain the dates and amounts. To see if these entries are correct, go to the file name and double-click on the file name to show the file contents. This file contains a title line. The first line containing a transaction is just below the title line, which is therefore line 2. It is a CSV file, so the character between data items is a comma. The date is in column 1, and the format of the date is correctly entered. Are the in and out amounts in the same column? No. The in amount is the credit amount in column 7, the out amount is the debit amount in column 6, and finally the counterparty's name is in column 5. All is correct, so let's import the file. Double-click on the account name to go to the account, double-click under the bottom entry, and in come the new transactions. Go back to the Import Set sheet and let's check the setup for the next account. For this account, the beginning of the file name is always the same, and the instructions are in table Import B. I know it is a CSV file, so we need to set that. Double-click on the file name to show the file contents, and let's see if these entries are correct. The first line containing a transaction is line 2, just below the title line. The character used in between data items is a comma, because I have downloaded a CSV file. The date column is column 1, could be column 2 in this case. The date format is correctly entered. Are the in and out amounts in the same column? Yes. So change this no to yes. The column used for both in and out amounts is 5. Do in and out amounts have the same sign? No. Is the paid out amount positive? The shopping we are buying from Walmart and Amazon are in positive numbers, so the answer is yes. And finally, the counterparty's name is in column 4. Now let's import the file. Double-click on the account name to go to the account, double-click under the bottom entry here, and in come the new transactions. Go back to the import set sheet and let's check the setup for the third account. Double-click on the file name to show the file and check that the import instructions in Table 1C, Import C, are correct. We'll assume they are. Now let's assume that for this bank you cannot predict what name they will give the file tomorrow. So delete the name it had today. We will not need it again. Now let's import the file. Double-click on the account name to go to the account. Double-click under the bottom entry. This time a file browser appears on screen. But since I downloaded the file in the last 5 minutes, it will be the latest file downloaded. Choose the Downloads directory, order by date. This is the latest file, so double-click it, and any new transactions are imported. Setting up the imports is a once-only job. Once you have the import set up, you will not need to refer to this again. Thank you for watching Track Your Cash from thekencolumn.com.